and welcome to the Healing Waters broadcast. I am your host, Marie Kennedy Groves, and I am delighted that you have joined me for yet another conversation that we can have about pertinent things that are going on in all of our lives. And today is no different as we talk about learning the difference between intuition and traumas versus traumas. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. If this is your first time listening to the Healing Waters broadcast, I am a life coach. I am a mother of two amazing kids who I like to think are young adults at this point. So I tend to be a little bit more of a cheerleader than doing the whole parenting role like I have done for many years. And to be honest with you, I am loving the season of my life. I am a glam mom to an amazing 4-year-old who keeps me young, who is absolutely the love of my life, and I simply adore. But I say this on so many broadcasts, and today is no different. I am here to tell you my life is not perfect. I have struggles, I have challenges, I have all the stuff just like you. But I love my life. Love my life. I have gone through a lot of changes this year, which have been by design. And in those changes, there has been a lot of challenges because I am learning how to live my life in a completely different fashion, in a completely different way than I ever have before. And it comes with its own set of challenges. But you know what? Like I tell my friends, I am here for it all. I am here to feel all the feels. I'm here to experience all the things. I'm here to take on all the challenges head on and to overcome, to conquer and overcome each and every one. So I don't want you to jump on this broadcast and get this feeling that, oh my goodness, you are looking at somebody that has it all together, that has the world by the tail, that never has an issue, that life is amazing. My life is amazing. But it is by design. I do have challenges. I do face all kinds of things in my life. I'm no different than you. So I want you to get that today. I am no different than you. But I'm just here to be open, transparent, and talk about the stuff that a lot of people won't talk about. So one of the things that I have been thinking about a lot is we're coming up to the holidays. I live in the US of A, and I understand that many of you listen to this broadcast around the world. So in America, we're coming up to a holiday that we call Thanksgiving. We're also coming up to a holiday that some people celebrate Christmas, some people celebrate Hanukkah. It's just a season of a lot of celebrating, getting families together, friends. It can be a very fun time of year, but let me tell you something. It can also be a very stressful time of year. We put a lot of pressures on ourselves, buying gifts and making the food and having all the people over and doing all the things and engaging in all the parties and all the stuff. But let me also tell you what's really, really real is there is a lot of us that are getting together with family and friends that are going to trigger us in a lot of different ways. And I want to talk today about that very issue because I think so many times, we put it out there, oh, we're getting together with family and oh, it's so awesome and it's so wonderful. And the truth of the matter is, it's not. It's not. You get all these family dynamics together, and in many, 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 many situations, the family dynamics have a lot of yuck that has happened over the years that has never been resolved, a ton of family secrets. Just, it's not good. But nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody just wants to show on social media how amazing their family is, and the pictures with everybody in matching pajamas, or everybody's matching clothes wise, and you look like the perfect family, and then you're posting that you're together with all the family for the holidays, and everybody's like, oh, that would be so awesome to have a family like that and to be able to do stuff like that while you're over here absolutely triggered to the nth degree with your family because of the family secrets, because of the trauma, because you all can't stand each other, but you're trying to make a holiday out of it. And the emotions are running high, you're stressed, you're tired, you're all the things, and you just are like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be doing this. And I cannot wait to get this over with and get out of here as quickly as humanly possible. And you're just trying to go through the motions of the day and the season without a big family feud or a blow up or whatever. And you're trying to hold yourself together. So because, to be honest with you, what I've just described to you is the bigger majority of you out there. The family's getting along and getting together and having a beautiful time and enjoying each other with no issues are almost slim to none. If I was to put a number on it, I would say maybe 1% versus 99. So today I want to talk about how to distinguish and learn the difference between situations that are going to present themselves during the holidays with family, with friends, when you go to parties, whatever, between intuition versus traumas, and how the response can be different, and how you can flip a trauma reaction into an intuition response. So I hope you don't mind me just being raw and real and just calling it like it is, because I'm your girl for that kind of stuff. I just call it the way I see it. And I think that this needs to be talked about way more than all the hoopla of, oh, isn't it awesome? And isn't the holidays amazing? And they are. But the problem is the majority of us do not enjoy them because of our emotions that we're trying to keep in check, because of all the dynamic friends and family wise that come into play in our lives during this season. So we are going to take a short commercial break. If you have not subscribed to the Healing Waters broadcast, hit the subscribe button below so that you never miss an episode. If you have never donated to WYTV7, hit the donate button. Any amount of money is appreciated and keeps broadcasts such as this on the air. We will be right back to discuss this in more detail of how to learn the difference between an intuition response versus a trauma reaction and how to flip the script. See you soon.
80% of women will develop a pelvic health condition at some point in their lives. There is relief. There is hope. The Pelvic Floor Store, your resource for personal health.
We're back. Okay, so I want to talk about traumas first. A trauma reaction can absolutely, well, a trauma in general, okay, can trigger us. When certain things happen, if we have not healed from that trauma properly, or sometimes even if we have healed from that trauma, certain things can still trigger us and put us back there in that mindset of that trauma. And it can spiral our emotions quickly down an ugly road. So I'm going to give you an example of something that's happened in my life. I have had a situation where I have had to deal with people in business that were less than, I'm trying to think of the right word, were less than genuine, and left me holding the bag on a lot of stuff. And the trauma of that, and trying to close my business, and my partner's running for the hills, and I was left with everything to try to figure it out. I can tend to trauma up very quickly when it comes to business things. If I catch someone maybe not following through like they said that they were going to, it can trigger me like that. And I can get very emotional in that moment when I realize that that person is not following through with what they said they were going to. So I wanted to give you that example just so that you could kind of see a visual of what that looks like. So when my emotions are triggered in a business situation like that, because of what I've been through, I have to stop myself and ask, okay, Marie, is this the same people as who you dealt with in the past? The answer is no. Is this the same scenario as what you've had to deal with in the past? No. So why are you categorizing these people, this scenario, with your past experiences when the players are different, the situation is different? It's just an action that has reminded you of your past experience. So I have to take myself out of the game for a minute to literally talk my mind through that and figure out what my response is going to be to the situation and to the individuals, rather than the reaction. And I hope that gives you a visual and helps you make sense of what I'm trying to say. So if intuition guides us It gives us vision. It gives us a knowing. Trying to think of other words to describe it, but intuition guides us. And intuition a lot of times does not come with a whole lot of emotion. Intuition a lot of times is very calculated of, I know exactly what I need to do. Okay, I see that going on. I need to respond this way. And you do so with little or no emotion. Traumas trigger our emotion. And we are compelled to act out of fear, anger, resentment, frustration, all the negative emotions is what our reaction is when it's a trauma that triggers us. So how do we know or figure out what the difference is? Well, we talked about that. Ask yourself this. When something happens, ask yourself this: am I experiencing negative emotions? Do I feel fear? Do I feel resentment? Do I feel anger? Do I feel abandonment? And if so, you are having a trauma reaction. It's really just that simple. You may not even realize that you're having a trauma reaction. But if you stop yourself and think about what you're feeling, you can be like, oh my gosh, this is a trauma response. Now let me see if I can get back to the core of what triggered this. Like, what is this taking me back to? So how do you flip a trauma reaction to an intuition response? Let's talk about that really quick, because this is really cool. Anybody can do this if they choose to. The first thing I will tell you that you need to do is you need to excuse yourself from the situation. If you're on the phone, say, I am so sorry. I'm going to need to call you back. Can we talk in an hour? Can we talk tomorrow? Whenever. Excuse yourself from the situation. If you're face to face with the situation, you can excuse yourself and say, excuse me 1 minute. I'm going to run to the restroom and I'll be back. Or I'm going to step outside to get some air. I'll be back. It's okay. And ask yourself the series of questions. Slow your heart rate down by controlling your thoughts. And tell yourself, I am in control. I am 100% in control. I have the power. I have the power to do whatever I need to do in this situation. If that is to walk away, if that is to respond, if that is to break something down in a respectful manner, I have the power. How will I, or how would I like to respond? Ask yourself that question. How would I like to respond without reacting? You have the control. You've removed yourself by reminding yourself that you have the power, you're in control, and you get to choose your response. You don't just have to react out of emotion. Puts you back in control. I saw this statement the other day, and I just thought it was amazing. It says, learn the difference between the sound of your intuition guiding you and your traumas misleading you. And I just thought that was so, so deep. And I've read it multiple times, and I just really wanted to get on the broadcast today and talk about it. As always, if you would like to talk with me further about this, you can contact me on Facebook. I am Marie Groves. On IG, I am world_changer, 4 life. Or you can email me at mariegroves@healingwaters.info. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. And remember, you were born to thrive, not just survive. I cannot wait to see you next week. Take care, and we will talk soon. Bye.